that get you in the spooky mood? Because it got me in the spooky mood.
My spooky meter is hard as a rock right now. Welcome back to the Tea with Nick C.
And Amanda B.
Where we put the bye back in, bitch.
And spill some LGBTQ+.
Naturally.
Naturally. Today we're doing some, like, October vibes. Like, not exactly scary, but spooky. Like, we're also on camera today. We're being filmed. Hi, Mom. I made it. We're gonna, well, I don't know. I told the crew that I would be not as crude, but I don't know how we can keep it back. We're not.
We're always clean.
We're always clean. I've never. Not when the lights turn off after we haven't moved for so long. No.
Turn off those lights.
Oh yeah, you're listening to Purgatory by Kim Petras right now. She dropped is it like a continuation of the last album? Is that what it is? I was confused.
So what she said was, by the way, if you don't know, Kim Petras is our queen. She's so great. She dropped the Lights Volume 1 last October, which we totally bumped the entire thing. One episode here, and then she said, I know you guys were expecting Volume 2, but I'm giving you the whole damn story. So like, a whole story, like a whole album, turn off the lights.
The only way that I got background music for today was like looking at our Halloween show last year and just taking the rest of like Omen and Boo Bitch and all of the ones that we had in the background last time. But yeah, today I have the playlist titled as the sleeping bag, because you know when you have like you're rolling up a sleeping bag into another bag, but that bag just happens to be like the tiniest Ziploc bag in the world, and somehow it was in there at some point. But when you're trying to get the sleeping bag back in the other bag, it just like doesn't fit anymore. It's like one of those Pandora's box isn't a riddle, is it? But that's like a riddle, I feel like a real life, a physical example of a riddle.
I've never once thought of this, but like now it's really like bothering me.
And now it's the name of your playlist.
It's gonna keep me up at night.
Oh my god. So yeah, that's what I was thinking of when naming this.
It's one of those disgusting paradoxes, and it's honestly horrifying.
Yeah. Do you think it's one of those? What's the Mandela effect? Like, do you know the details of that?
Yeah, that's where everybody thinks it's one thing, but it's actually another thing. Like, it's like a collective group think, right?
Yeah, what if the original dimensions were like, what if the
Noah
original...
over here, the cameraman is saying, yep.
Like, yeah. We're right. We're kind of smart. I feel like maybe the original dimensions, like the very first sleeping bag of all time worked. Like, the sleeping bag was the right one, but then things began to change on both ends, and they just didn't keep up over time.
I feel like the very first sleeping bag of all time was a hollowed out trunk or something like that, or like some sort of skinned like mammoth trunk.
Yeah.
It was a mammoth trunk. I almost guarantee it. Oh my god! It was
like a mammoth rib cage, and then they covered it with like they didn't have those grass plants that you can like roll out, you know, when rich people have the carpets of grass that they just put on their lawns instead of growing grass. Like, that's what I imagine the material to be over the thing would be. Mammoth trunk. Is that what we're still discussing? Because that's what
Yeah, like Ray, Everybody Loves Raymond, whatever his name is. What's his name? The guy who played
Raymond?
the mammoth in Ice Age.
Yeah,
Ray
Romano.
His trunk was like hollowed out, and now here he is as a sleeping bag.
Dude, what were your thoughts on that show?
Everybody Loves Raymond?
My family really
liked
it. Oh. Well, I have more opinions on Ice Age, honestly, because I think Everybody Loves Raymond was one of those shows that's kind of like George Lopez, where you just woke up to it in the middle of the night, and it's like a fever dream whenever you think about it now. But I don't know, like, I know there was a mom character that was like, she's funny and old, and like, I don't know, I know she was good, and then the rest of the cast was kind of just... Anyways, we're the tea we talk about.
I've never seen...
not this usually, but...
No, it's all good. I've never actually seen... What's it called? Everybody Loves Raymond. Not once. I just know.
Raymond's Romano.
So I keep wanting to say, okay, who is it? Raymond Romano? I keep wanting to say Ray Verda, but that was one of my teachers when I went to school for acting in AMDA.
That's a good... That was one of my teachers when I went to school for acting at AMDA. Sorry.
It's where Jason
Derulo... Did you hear his voice drop when he mentioned it?
It's where Jason Derulo went to school. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Wow.
No, he...
Did I ever tell you that you inspire me?
Stop.
You are.
I'm
No, but
blushing.
genuine.
You inspire me. Look at you. You're a golden star.
We already kind of started talking about spooky things, like conspiracy type things.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't know, that
sleeping-
mammoth trunk thing. That was
Right.
the sleeping bag,
No,
Mandela
that's
effect
fact.
conspiracy. So, like, on the spooky thing, I also had a thought about a conspiracy over the weekend, and I doubt that it's original, but I was thinking about, like, what if, like, all video games and media that is created now is, like, the people that got those ideas or, like, sparked those long storylines, like the zombie apocalypse type video games, like, what if those ideas were given, like The Simpsons, how The Simpsons have all of those, like, new real life, like, they've predicted a bunch of Trump mishappenings and stuff like that, and what if those ideas were sparked by people that time traveled back and said you have to, like, give these young people time to think about this so that when they're actually met with, like, this terrible destruction, like, event that we've been predicting in The Simpsons for years, like, they'll have knowledge to combat it, like, they'll know how to. Does that make sense?
But what young people are watching The Simpsons?
Us. Well, not us. Well, I mean, we wouldn't be the ones to solve the apocalypse anyways. Like, we're dead first, I think. Maybe. I don't know.
Wait.
What?
I really struggled to follow that.
No, I just think that people time traveled to give The Simpsons the tea about the future, and now we're supposed to be preparing for the future by watching it on The Simpsons.
So does that
or
mean that
such
the
things.
creator of The Simpsons, who used to, one of the animators of The Simpsons, used to be in No Doubt? Fun fact.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense. He could have been working with the Blink-182 guy that uncovered all that alien shit over the. Why is no one talking about the alien shit?
Wait, I don't know what you're talking. Okay,
wait.
Reel it back. The creator knows all of this stuff about the future, and he's not doing anything about it.
Yep. Well, he's putting it into
The Simpsons.
The Simpsons.
How
so
helpful
that's
is
doing
that truly?
Well, if he's trying to,
I guess if he were just to
influence the
outright say
progressive
it.
youth to, yeah, okay.
If he were to outright say it, everybody would be like, "You're
Yeah,
stupid.
you're crazy. He's gonna be one of the people with cardboard on the side of the street that's just kind of like yelling about it, but no.
Yesterday along 3rd Street, there were so many abortion kills. Did you see that?
Enforcing what?
Abortion kills. Little,
Oh
like,
no! I thought you said
signs.
wearing gills, and I was like, in a full fish costume.
They were just like it was whole Shape of Water out there. It was like a weird
Oh my
orgy
God.
on 3rd Street.
that
Welcome
was a
to
good
the tea.
reference.
We talk about queer stuff, and it was just
Yeah.
all queer people having fish sex.
Wow, fish sex. Have I told you about the time that I had guppies as a? Sorry. Okay, we're gonna play music in like 2 seconds. We just.
I really want to hear this. No. you
Okay,
do
I
it.
had guppies as a kid, and I got like really into it. Like, I got them a really big cage, and I only started with like 6 because the thing about guppies is they breed super quickly.
I hate that you
So-
said cage because I'm just picturing guppies in, like behind bars.
It was spilling out over and over again. I had a continual hose just putting in enough so that they could breathe. But they breeded with each other, breeded with each other, and I ended up with like 70 little guppies, and it was kind of fun for a while, but then I unplugged I'm not an abuser by any means, by the way. I love all animals, including guppies, but I unplugged the fish tank to plug in my Nintendo DS. And I came back from, I think, volleyball practice, and all of my guppy children were dead. So that was my first experience with, like, multiple, Shape of Water. So that's pretty spooky, multiple fish, dead fish at that.
Multiple murderers
Dude, okay, let's
on
play.
your hands.
I know. Speaking of murder, wait. David Bowie was not murdered.
Oh my God, I just broke my headphones.
No, that's
so
almost as sad as
gay
David
as
Bowie
me.
getting murdered. Well, we were. let's play our first songs, and then we can talk about like your death trauma story that you wanted to theme this episode around a little bit.
Speaking of fever dreams, yeah, we'll talk about that. So what songs are coming up?
Personal Hell was your first, going on that Kim vibe.
Oh yeah, we wanted to. I suggested we do like something spooky to kind of get you in the mood, but not like outright scary. So like we're like
Spooky,
personal
scary,
hell, but we're not
skeleton.
quite to like close your eyes or death by sex yet.
Yeah.
So yeah, Personal Hell by Kim Petras off of her second album, Clarity. I got to see her on the Clarity tour. Not the Clarity tour, the Broken tour. It was so good. I drove down to Nashville by myself.
You in Nashville, that's a trend and a good one.
Her and I are like, she's like my mistress. And we really, I had a changed experience. I think I Like, it changed my life, that whole experience. Like, it was incredible. She's so great live, and she's so
I want to
pretty.
see her live. I wish all of our faves would just like team up together and go to Nashville.
That would be nice.
Like if her
wouldn't
and Charlie, that would be nice. Slater, Charlie, her, Sophie. Both of us just
nutted.
If you want to watch us nut live, we're being filmed. I put David Bowie on here from Chloe MK's Fantasy EP. She actually won The Voice a few years back and then went dormant and then came back with like a totally new look. She shaved her eyebrows off, which I feel like is telling of something. I think artistically, it's really good.
I considered
the whole
bleaching
EP.
mine recently, so it's
Okay,
it's
good.
all good.
Good. And then it's gonna come back with the beginning of Demons, Kim Petras' new Turn Off the Light installment.
Absurd.
So yeah, enjoy that. Listen to it. Come back soon. Bye. Do I sound just like her?
Her, as in Kim Petras making all the music a cappella.
Oh my god, that was Demons, Kim Petras. We're just gonna keep saying Kim over and over again until you listen to it.
Yeah, listen to Turn Off the Lights. Stream Turn Off the Lights. Ugly.
Oh my god. Okay, wait.
You're probably beautiful.
Ugly. So let's chat about your death trauma from over the weekend.
Sorry. Yes. Okay. Yes.
Sorry. Yes.
Sorry. That's like my Catholic guilt built into me to immediately apologize.
No. No, I've been getting that. I've been saying sorry a lot recently, and then this one girl was like, I had a boss for my internship over the summer that was like, girls say sorry too much. You need to stop fucking saying sorry. So I was like, okay. So now every time I say it this weekend, I've kind of been like, right? And stop saying it. So yeah. Same goes to you.
Somebody was like, stop saying sorry and start turning your sorries into thank yous. Instead of like I'm sorry, be like, thank you for giving me this space to say what I wanted to say.
That is healthy communication. Which therapist told you that?
My friend Alexis.
Aww. Alexis.
So yes, sorry for coughing. Oh, thank you for giving me this space for allowing me to cough on air to you.
Of course, just don't into my open mouth again.
I'm
like we do when the lights turn on.
We feed each other via baby bird style.
Via baby bird.
So,
dude,
yes.
where were you this weekend? Were you back in Nashville? What was the
No, I was recovering in my room, rotting in my own filth from the flu. Okay, so I got the flu and
oh yeah, you did.
Oh yeah, I did. Oh yeah, I got the flu without you.
I know. Well, I was throwing a party and I was like, Nikki, you should go to this party, and you were like, I have the flu. So that's the only reason.
I would have loved to be there.
It's okay. Continue.
But the night before of that party, the party was Saturday, right?
Yep.
So
Friday.
Okay.
Friday.
One of the two. So the night before, or maybe it was that night.
Mm-hmm.
I woke up in the middle of the night. It's like 4 a.m. I had been on like so much ibuprofen, so much Tylenol, and like Sudafed, which by the way you have to get like from the pharmacist because like you can use it to make meth. So like they have to check your license.
So this is how this story is.
So I woke up at 4 a.m. and like this drenched in sweat. I'm like throwing off literally all of my clothes. I was down to nothing and I was in this weird fever dream and I was like searching for water in my room and I just chugged this water that definitely had like dust balls on the top of it somehow that fell from like the ceiling.
Mold water.
At IU. And so I just like chugged the water and I'm like searching for everything and I see this picture of my dog that passed away 2 summers ago that still breaks my heart. And I was like sure I was gonna die because I was like drenched in sweat, like panicking. Nothing's made sense. I was like disoriented. I was disoriented. And when I had woke and I was disoriented, my face felt like it was melting off of my like skull and I thought I was going to die, and the dream that I woken up from was that I was playing with my dog and I was like, I'm going to die. And in this moment I made peace with death. I was like I literally was like, I already was not super afraid of death in the first place, but now I do not fear it at all. I literally took a bunch of ibuprofen, more Sudafed and whatever, and I laid back down and I was like, I'm ready.
Nick, is this a good thing? Like you're like, and then I made peace with it. And you're like, we're not supposed to die yet.
I don't know. I was like, I could feel like my dog like come next to me and like lay next to me, and I was like, take me, I'm ready. And I was like, I can play with you again. And I was so happy. And then I woke up like slightly disappointed that I was alive, but like I made peace with death. And
I think
none of
you're
y'all bitches,
extremely
you
lucid.
bitches don't even know how to spell death.
Heath. I think oh here, I think your mic just went out again. Sorry, this keeps happening. I can hear it a little bit. Okay. No, you're back. That just sounds like you were completely lucid dreaming. Like you, I don't know. Like maybe that was your dog trying to tell you to get up and drink some fucking water.
I don't know, like something was going on, but it's the second time that I thought I was going to die, but this is the only time I made peace with death.
Wow.
The other time I just took my anxiety medicine and fell back asleep.
Yeah, do you just feel self-actualized now? Is that how that works?
I do feel a deeper sense of peace. Like I no longer fear what's beyond the grave for me. This is really appropriate for our show today.
Good.
But no, I no longer fear what's like, I don't know, it's so weird. I do feel like a higher level of enlightenment.
Oh.
I've reached nirvana.
Wow, I have such a story. I don't know if I could. I'll tell it at a later time. But wow, euphoria. That's fried. I am glad. I don't think I want to die old, but I don't want to die particularly young. I think I'm done it. I'm gonna tap out at 60.
Ooh, that's too old for me.
Yeah, okay, because I can't see myself old. Like, then again, I don't think I could imagine myself at this age when I was 13. Because I, at that point, was like, 6th graders are so old. But, like, I can't imagine myself with wrinkles.
At 13, you're a 7th grader at that point.
Already see, I'm still bad with it. I don't know when babies, like, walk or grow teeth. Like, whenever I see...
I was born with my full set of adult teeth.
Get away from me. You could have been, and I would have believed you, because I don't know if they're done at 4, or they still need to, like, learn names then. Like, when do they learn the there, and theirs? I don't know when they're useful.
Some people don't learn. But, like, 60 is so old.
I'm at the age now where, like, some of my friends are becoming, like, elementary school teachers, and they still use grammar that, like, they should not be teaching America's youth when they can't spell the right there in an Instagram story post update.
No, my best friend, she is a English teacher. Well, she's a science teacher right now on a emergency license, but like she was learning to be an English teacher.
Wow.
Studied to be an English teacher.
Taught
and
to teach.
She can't spell to save her life. Like literally, it's horrid.
You know what? But when she's writing on that big whiteboard, maybe she'll like catch her mistakes.
She doesn't.
You know, and maybe little mistakes like that are things we didn't notice when we were little, but that's why we are the special way that we are now.
That's really sweet of you to say. I just think you're stupid.
Did you also notice that we're both wearing collared like looks today? Collared looks.
Oh,
I mean, I have like a jacket.
Oh, I'm in my rugby polo. Vintage. It's vintage.
I play rugby.
Ralph Lauren.
I'm athletic.
Laurel. No, but like real quick, 60 is so old. Like as soon as I get my first crow's feet, I'm shipping myself off to Switzerland to get assisted suicide. Like down. I'm getting put down.
Oh my God.
Like that's too old for me.
Bro, speaking of death and longing it, I longed for the death of the president over the weekend and got my fucking Twitter deleted. So that's what that's the most interesting thing that's happened to me in the past.
What did you tweet out, Amanda?
Okay, so he tweeted this.
You can bleep this.
Yeah, sorry. He tweeted this picture of the 2016 general election polls, I believe. And over it was this aerial text that said, "Try to impeach this." And like, I don't know, hot take maybe, but no, you can't. That's not hot. That's rude. Like, so anyways, I like said something stupid in a tone that I shouldn't have.
In a tone
that, well, see, that's
it was italics because, and bolded.
And like my boyfriend's already texting me and saying you should not be saying this on air right now, which is true because I probably have an FBI agent on my back for being like, bro, I will literally kill you, was the tweet.
It's like a popular meme though. Like that phrase comes from somewhere. I don't know where it comes from though. I think it's like some sort of
So if I
TV
found
show.
the Vine with the sound bite that
Oh, it's a
said
Vine?
like, well, I don't know. It's something like a Vine. It could be a TikTok.
Then the FBI is off your back. Easy.
See, and like my cousin swiped up on one of my complaining Instagram stories about like, woe is me, all of my legacy, my Ariana Grande Twitter follow.
Oh my God, I forgot.
I know. Sad, huh? Yeah, I know. You're swallowing your tears. But I like try to pretend that it was okay. I was like, it's adulthood. Like, this is my Twitter for adulthood. And this way, all of this can be erased off of my online footprint, which was already huge and crude, and I was already putting it on resumes anyways.
Whoa, you were?
Yeah.
Mine would not grace resumes. I
Well,
don't know what
that's
Twitter
kind of-
is.
That's my
Twitter's
only
way too
strength
slutty
is
for
my
that.
crude Twitter. Like, if a brand wanted someone that made big mistakes but did them in a fun way, like, I think they'd look at my Twitter and smile and see my potential. So that's why I was putting that on there. And it kind of got me far in certain internship like situations, but now I'd like to start over with nice tweets to the not nice tweets to the president. I'll just block the president. Maybe he blocked me. It's okay. That's a hot take as well, but that happened to me over the weekend, and now I'm still thinking of a new Twitter handle. I thought somebody said dirty fart boy, and it might be dirty fart boy. So if you want to refollow me on Twitter
with an I.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm not telling you where the
I
I
think
is, but it's in there.
Dirt eye, I think, is where I want to put it, because boy with an I is phased out of my vernacular. I don't know why. It got old.
I'm sorry. Avril Lavigne hurts. Somewhere in the distance, Avril Lavigne can be heard screeching in pain.
Oh my God.
Speaking of follows, Kim Petras followed me after I tweeted out when she released "Turn Off the Lights." I tweeted out. I said my new goal for this semester is to have sex on Halloween to "Turn Off the Lights" by Kim Petras. And
was
she
this the
followed
new
me
one,
and
the
liked
most
tweet.
recent one?
Yeah. I was like, okay, queen shit.
You literally met Charlie XCX but the other week, and now you're having interactions with another.
The Kim Petras, my two queens. I'm really like
this
out here
is
glowing.
your year.
Yeah, that's how I got
Your
better from the
time
flu
to
over
shine.
one weekend. Is just I had their energies and I was just flowing through me.
Wow.
But like spit on that.
That's okay. They can't feel it. Can you feel a spit on your microphone through your car radio? Can you feel that breeze?
Yeah, because they're banging us through the car radio on online internet.
Right.
They're in their Tesla. All of
if
our
you
Tesla
are
listeners.
listening to us, tell us that you're listening to us, by the way. Message us and say hello. We'll say your name. That always makes
Yeah, my
people
phone's
happy.
looking kind of dry.
Yeah, everyone is gone. Speaking of the death episode, everybody's gone and dead on our phones right now. We have After the After Party coming up.
Right, so that one's not actually like spooky, but the music video is spooky. It was dropped on, it's by Charlie XCX, my queen, biggest LGBTQ
Featuring
plus
Little
ally.
Yachty.
Yeah, but the music video is like zombie themed and it's like bubblegum and cute, and it was dropped on Halloween of 2016.
Wow.
Yeah.
An old one, an oldie but a goodie.
How old, what year do you think? Yeah.
It's 2019 to 2016, that's 3?
Yeah, I guess that's like,
When I was typing out messages for
in gay years, that's like 21.
gays age like dogs.
Yeah, once you turn 25, you're like out of the system.
Is that when Grindr kicks you off the app?
No,
That's
but
not true, because my English teacher from high school is on there. That's like a legend back in our town now. It's like, have you been hit up by the man?
the man.
The man that once graded our theses. Shit.
You have to write him a micro theme in order to get his response on
Oh my
Grindr.
God. Honestly, I think he anyways, I did see him coming out of this one woods by my house once and
Oh, he was
immediately
cruising.
backed out of the parking lot. Yeah, is that like a meeting spot? I don't know.
He was cruising.
Could be cruising. When you can't find him on the app, you find him in the woods. Anyways, After the After Party, and then I'm gonna play some Lil Nas X, because we have to recognize him. We have to.
I guess we do.
And honestly, I think his latest EP was kind of good.
What's spooky about his music?
The fact that it's kind of country and I'm listening to it. I would have never thought that I would venture into even Kasey Musgraves level country. So I'm proud of myself for going into rap country.
What about our song Taylor Swift country?
Does she count? She does count.
But she's like, I don't know. She's up there with International Harvester by Craig Morrison.
Craig Morrison, I do not know who he is, but his name sounds like I would
I'm gonna
not
educate you
identify
during
with
our
him.
break.
Okay. And then I had a little short one afterwards. They're coming to Bloomington, and I'm seeing them, The Japanese House, new single, Something Has to Change. So enjoy those. Bye. Wasn't that good? New Japanese House, aka my new thing to cry to. So that's exciting.
Oh, that's any song for me.
What was I gonna say?
Ugh.
What was that? Was there a noise?
It was
that
trying to
just
like
made?
pull up my bank account,
Oh,
like trying to get me to pay for something.
how's your bank account going?
Not well.
I
We'll
understand.
put it that way. I may or may not have like. No, never mind. We're not gonna say that because I'm being filmed.
Well, speaking of things that we have to bust our money on, how's your Halloween costume thinking coming?
Oh wait, for
Upcoming Halloween. Well,
Okay.
what have you done in the past? Are you cheap? Or do
Am I
you go
cheap?
to like the Halloween Spirit pop-up store?
Okay, well, I would love
I don't know.
to if I could afford to. Last year, I was like, what, a football player, and my shirt said 69, which served me
Ooh.
very well. And so then, but then I was also like a Scotsman in a kilt, and it came with shot glasses on my hip, which was very
It
popular.
did.
But jokes
It
on all
did.
of them, they all got sick because I was sick around that time too.
They were on your belt. Oh my god, yeah.
But the upcoming year, oh my gosh, I am trying to be. If you've seen the music video for "Blame It on Your Love" by Charlie XCX, I'm trying to be a fertility nymph. So and it's super
He's
easy.
gonna
I
have
just need
those
those
long
ears,
ears with the-
those like elf ears. It's because I had a dream about it.
Well, I think you would go perfect in the video or out of the video as one of them.
Thank
so.
you, because I'm very fertile.
Yeah, that's why. That's why.
Ladies, hit me up. I'm fertile.
I was gonna say also, yeah, I was a cop last year.
Oh yeah, you were.
I just
hot.
had thanks. It was just like one of those jumpsuits that you get from Spirit Halloween pop-up store for like way too much money, if I'm being honest. So that's why this year I'm gonna try to craft my own costume. I already told you briefly what it was, but I think I'm gonna try to do the chocolate. I remember my first like that woman. We're gonna try to like steal a wheelchair from probably Kroger. If my FBI agent is listening, just fucking arrest me now. And then we're gonna put like felt, like green felt, to make it look like it's the back of the wheelchair, and my boyfriend's gonna be that little worm lady that says that, and we're gonna put his head out, and that's gonna be like the only part of him showing. Then there's gonna be like I don't know, the body of the worm underneath him,
body
made out
of
of like
the worm.
construction paper probably, and then I'm gonna be the other old lady that pushes him behind with like a wig of some sort, hopefully. Or maybe I'll just like spray paint my hair white, because that could also be fun. Or dye it. I've been having Nick just jumped when I said dye it. I also like almost spat on him as I said it.
She's
so.
going through something. They always say, like, if you see a twink with a bottle of bleach, you need to make sure that they're okay. And so, like,
Well, here I am.
the twink with the bottle of
Actually,
bleach.
like a hurricane. I have been tempted for a very long time, though my hair was already recently ruined when I tried to splat dye it fucking blue last year. And then I tried to bleach it and it turned green. But now we're here, so it's not as bad as it was. It's brown.
For Halloween last year, my hair was literally gray. Yeah, because I had bleached all the curls out and I had a bowl cut.
Ooh.
One of those trendy ones.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Wait, what? Who were you trying to mimic? That person?
Oh my gosh, Ollie Alexander
Alexander.
from Years and Years, queer icon. But I wasn't trying to mimic because his is
Not
red,
mimic,
but like,
Same cut.
I'm an original, Amanda. Come on. Originality is still alive and well.
Speaking
it's
of
dead.
speaking of people that love to listen to original content on WIUX B-Side,
The
I'm
only
gonna
show.
shout out my people. Joe came up with the sleeping bag like playlist title. Love you, dude. Cam is listening. Lexi is listening. Hello, friends. It's good talking to you.
I have no
love
one to
you.
shout out, so
Oh.
nobody loves me.
Shout out to Nick's ghosts, his Caspers, his guardian. Do you think you have guardian angels? I think all of my dead pets are.
I was raised Catholic, and now that I've made peace with death, probably.
Death himself is looking out for you at this point.
He's a bro, let's be honest.
I feel like Death is honestly just giggling at me. Like, I feel like death is just the
He's like,
next
"Look at
step
this
into
kooky
like a
bitch."
better life. Something has to be better than this. Like, we're going don't look at me like that. I feel like something
This is not
beyond
the epitome of the greatest for you?
Absolutely. No, well, sitting in this room with you, Nick, you know, I don't think much can top it. But
we're being wed right now on air.
Oh my god. The rings were thrown at us. I just choked. It broke my Adam's apple.
Wait.
I have.
Can I that you
I don't know, dude. Good. Yeah, we have them somewhere.
do you?
Maybe. Located in the lower chest instead of the upper chest.
Is this the upper chest for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The necks don't exist in my frame of mind, no.
Everybody just lives like this for Amanda. Speaking of Halloween costumes.
Yeah, what are you doing? Sorry, Nick is writhing on the ground right now as I kick him.
Sorry, the defibrillator. Okay. So my Halloween costume when I was in kindergarten, I always went like balls to the wall when I was in elementary school for some reason.
Nice.
And one year I was Hannibal Lecter and I went to a Catholic school. It was very like unique.
You ate someone's face off and then put it on your own. That's so unique and cute of you.
I will say that. But so kindergarten, I went as an old man and like I had like the whole like shebang, like a sweater vest, like button-up shirt. My hair was spray painted gray, you know, with like the spray paint, the hairspray paint, not like actual spray paint. And like I had glasses and it was all slicked back. And like I had a cane and like suspenders, and the cane was like literally my height. It was insane. And my mom went all out. She she did like detail on my face of like wrinkles, like
that first pair of crow's feet you said you were gonna off yourself then. I don't know why you didn't. Jeez.
She's wishing for me to go back in time and do it. But so like I was this old ass man, right? And so my sister takes me to school that day. I like hobble in with my cane because I'm like, you know, doing the whole thing. I was meant to grow up to do drama. Like, who would have ever thought I would be queer? And so I do the whole shebang, and she's like, okay, who do you want a photo with? So I picked out my crush, and she was such a cute little girl, and she was dressed as Britney Spears. So she's wearing like literally a two-piece.
You guys are terrifying together.
In kindergarten. So she's in this two-piece, her midriff is showing, she's dressed as Britney Spears. I'm pretty sure she has like a little mic to her ear. And so like there's this picture of this old man like grinning like this tiny old man grinning like this next to a young, very pretty girl and like scantily clad. And it's like basically the like photo, it's like the cover photo of a textbook for Intro to the Music Industry.
God. And then the next year she went as Jodie Foster from Silence of the Lambs and you came as Britney Spears, and she was like, what happened between now and then? Gay.
It hit me.
Oh my god. No, the only like kindergarten Halloween memory I have was when I went to school that day. This one girl, her name was Sabrina. Whoa, callback. Maybe she was a witch. Brought her
That's my
mother,
favorite TV show.
Who was like,
so we're saying.
Yeah. They were Indian, I think, but her mother read palms. And for some reason on Halloween she came in and like read everyone's palm because it was a thing. And she told me I was going to die before I was 30 and have 2 kids. Well, and that like sent me into a panic attack for the rest of the day, and I had to leave school early. She told me I was going to die, and they said it so casually. Like she said it, and then all the rest of the kids were like, oh yeah. No, maybe her name wasn't Sabrina. It was something with an... It may have been... Maybe it was Sabine. Maybe it was something like that.
That's just a spooky.
They were like, no, what do you mean that scares you? It's not real. But, like, that shit is real. I think that shit is real. Well, at least I buy apps that read my palms for me, so I hope that... No,
Co-star in the pattern.
Right?
Co-star's like, drink water today, and the pattern is like, you're ugly, I hate you, I'm going to kill you, give me $200.
I don't trust it. I stopped believing that long ago when they started telling me that I needed to get more organized and just like do something with myself. And I said, stop telling me what to do.
I would like to circle back and give a failed joke, a joke that I didn't have the, knowledge to give. And so like when she went as Jodie Foster, I actually went as John Hinkle Jr., the person who attempted to assassinate Ronald Reagan due to his obsession with Jodie Foster.
Oh my God.
So that is like a very in-depth joke.
That would be a good,
would have been great.
That would have been a good couple's costume had you not been in kindergarten and unable to understand it. Though that might be even better to see little kids dressing up as such a metaphor. Such a metaphor, Nick.
Thank you. A metaphor?
Shut up. I said the word and then I was like, people are going to be impressed that I know what a metaphor is. And then I went,
I'm sorry. Wait, hang on,
metaphor.
wait. Everybody. Wait, can we like delay that so like it doesn't come out?
It's not live. No one listen to the stupid wizard behind the screen.
Wizard behind the...
Oh.
The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. As you can see, we love referencing new pop culture in the media, like
things
the
that you've
Wizard
never
of Oz
heard of.
and Jodie Foster. You know what? Actually, I will commend someone else on this here WIUX radio airwaves. My friend Kevin last year had a show called The Haley Joel Osment Hour, where they talked about Haley Joel Osment's failed acting career on air. And I thought that was super funny. And this year they're coming back, and their show's called the Jeremy Renner app.
Shut
Did you ever hear about that? Yeah. So I gave them, like, we're pretty cool for having the tea, but that modern news right there in the title, that's pretty good. Jeremy Renner had an app that was basically his own Instagram. It was so stupid, so bad. And then somebody made like a comedy video about it on YouTube, and it blew up.
It was Drew Gooden.
And yeah, I love Drew Gooden. I went and saw him. But he like blew it up so much that a bunch of people bought it, and then a bunch of people like paid money for it, and all the things that you could pay money for, basically nothing.
Just
you
to
paid
get noticed by Jeremy Renner.
Yeah, and who gives a crap about Jeremy Renner except all the Jeremy Renner fans? He makes music. I don't know, maybe they play legitimate Jeremy music, but I just thought that was, but I think they had to shut the app down because so many people were like, why am I buying this $99 like for a picture of Jeremy Renner to like a picture of, I don't know. It was silly. But then, I don't know. Also, this Blink-182 alien thing, I just want to wrap this up because I mentioned it earlier and you didn't know what it was. Tom DeLonge from Blink-182 has been really into like alien research and knowing that the government has been like hiding Area 51 type alien news for a very long time. So he like created an alien research group that I don't know, apparently found like a bunch of actual government files that the Navy like released, and it's like these people looking at a ship and talking about like, whoa, like, do you see that? Like, is it real? It's so real. Like they're saying dude to each other. Like I don't know, like you can just tell that it's like a candid moment where they actually see an alien UFO and they're like, whoa, what the fuck? And he released it. And nobody's talking about it because so much other shit is going on in the world right now. But, like, he released aliens. And
talk about Blink-182. Normalize Blink-182 alien
yeah, that's
conspiracy.
all that I'm trying to do is just further Tom DeLonge I don't know how to say his name,
theory.
So that's why I'm trying to pronounce the E at the end with his, I'm just trying to further his theory, man. I'm just trying to let him, too, not get eaten up by his FBI agent, as I have before.
Before we bounce, I just want to let everybody know that they definitely saw a moment of realization leave my face.
Why?
Because I spent the entire time you talking trying to figure out who Haley Joel Osment was, and I had them confused with Emily Osment, and I was like, didn't they try to kill themselves with aspirin on Cyberbully?
Oh my god, they made us watch Cyberbully 3 separate times in middle school. Like, on the morning announcements, they would play Cyberbully to, like, teach us a lesson.
Did you learn?
I learned that Emily Osment's okay.
And that's our show.
Wait, did we want to go out with music?
No, it's 2.
Oh, okay, well,
thank you so much for tuning in, though.
Thanks so much.
Love and light. We'll see you next week, same time.
We'll talk about
thanks for
other
tuning
random things.
Maybe more
fun.
about our, topic, queer artists.
Yeah, sorry, we get off topic a lot. It's basically the tea starring anything that's happening in our life currently.
Let's overshare.
Bye.
Bye. Let's wave and just wave it out.
Good.